Major League Baseball welcomes you to the following presentation of the San Diego Padres.
Welcome back to the desert and Arizona for Cactus League Baseball. We're today from the Peoria Sports Complex. It's the Seattle Mariners and the San Diego Padres. Welcome inside and on to field level. I'm Don Orsillo along with Mark Grant. Welcome to Padres Baseball, presented by Major League Baseball. Well, the Padres certainly had their fair share of injuries all last year. One of the guys who played hurt was Manny Machado, had offseason surgery and back in there today for the Friars.
Donnie, the beauty of the designated hitter is just this, inserting Manny Machado, because he couldn't play defensively because of his arm. He was really having a tough time throwing that baseball. So insert him the DH position, and he answered well. Last season, 782 OPS. He parked 30. He drove in 91. One thing for sure, Manny is consistent throughout his career. He said today, not 100%, but he is good to go. And then when he's 100%, let's insert the leather at third base, making the magnificent plays. So with the leather and the lumber, Manny Machado 100%, he will be consistent once again this season.
We are looking forward to seeing this guy. Yu Darvish is on the mound today for the Padres, one of the trio that the Padres will feature, we know, out of the gate.
Always good and fun to watch Yu Darvish. And when you talk about the starts last year, 24, Joe Musgrove on the mend. Also, he should be good to go. And then acquired from the New York Yankees, Michael King. Hopefully he can get stretched out. But this is the Padres trio, the three locks in the rotation. Hey, he just said hi to us passing by. He's getting the rock today, and that's Yu Darvish. What kind of Yu Darvish will we see today? Well, hopefully it's when he's on the win side. Because last season, a 1.85 ERA and 8 wins. Hey, it's all or nothing, it seemed like. Over 8 in his 10 losses. One thing for sure for Yu Darvish, when you see him in the first inning, you know how he's going to be that afternoon. If he's lights out 1, 2, 3 with that stuff in location, he is good to go.
Coming up, talent on the rise. We check in with Mary Louise Cook and Bob Scanlon. They'll join us to discuss the deep pool of prospects on the rise and the Padres organization. Next from Peoria.
Welcome back to Peoria, Arizona. Another beautiful day of Cactus League Baseball. Just 17 days away from opening day in Korea. I'm Mary Louise Cook. He's Bob Scanlon. And I tell you what, it's been a fun spring training. A big highlight being some of the younger guys that we have in this organization.
Mary Louise, no question. The young talent in camp has been a fun and important story. Fun because we've actually got to see them compete in action, and important because everybody knows for the first time in a long time they're going to be expected to make contributions. Here are some of the top prospects. The 17-year-old phenom, Ethan Salas. He may be the first catcher in 30 years to make his major league debut as a teenager. As for Jackson Merrill, we know him as a shortstop, but he might break with the team as an outfielder covering center field today. Robbie Snelling, he's a bulldog, pitched in Double-A last year. He might help out the rotation. Ryan Glesko, he's a little bit far away, but we may see him with the highest ceiling. And finally, Drew Thorpe, great mustache, elite changeup that's gotten a lot of swing and miss so far in spring training. All these guys may be contributors. Here's what Mike Schilt had to say about the young talent.
I think it's a really sweet spot for the organization to have clearly your core of guys, but also your infusion of talent that's coming through the system. And, you know, the biggest thing now is making sure these guys are ready, you know, not only in the physical side, but the emotional and the mental side to what it takes to compete, you know, for a championship level club. So it's an exciting time, and there's a lot of exciting players coming up through the system, both pitching and on the position player side, and we're excited to integrate them in our club, you know, some sooner than later, but all of them are coming.
Mike talked about it earlier today, also a sweet spot, not just because of the caliber of the talent, but also because of these veteran guys being great mentors to these young players. They understand they're going to be teammates before the season is over.
You mentioned veterans. Yu Darvish, we'll see him getting his second start of spring action today. Mariners and Padres, they share conflicts, but today they're going to be battling it out. First pitch coming up next.
Back in Peoria as we get ready for baseball here. The umpiring crew waiting here for the official time. Good to go. Good to go. Nick Lentz, the home plate umpire, was waiting for Mark Grant, who got his attention. That we're not back yet. We are back. Ready to play baseball. I can't believe they stopped the game for you. That's unbelievable.
That's awesome. That's why I love the umpires. That was great. You know, I thought one of two things. He's going to hold it, or he was going to eject me from the ballpark.
Which I was kind of rooting for, to be honest. So
that was great, though.
They were starting the game, and we were not back from commercial yet. They were starting early. They little jump start on us. So Mark Grant got the attention of the home plate umpire and the third base umpire and told them that they had to wait. We were on TV, and they did.
Yeah.
Yeah, they turned around. The home plate umpire took his mask off.
You know, it was great. Campy behind the plate, like, put up his hand. I think there was maybe a little dialogue with the umpire.
Yeah.
And he kind of, okay, time. Yu Darvish, you know what? Yu Darvish, he's spinning it right now. It's a spin class when he's out there.
Well, a good start for him as he strikes out Sam Haggerty to begin the day. Here are the numbers for Yu Darvish.
24 starts, and I mentioned it in our game open about how you're going to know what kind of afternoon Yu Darvish is going to have. If he's got the location and spin it, he is going to be lights out. And last time out, he was just that against the Royals.
Jorge Polanco batting here for the Mariners. And a fly ball down the left field line that is going to land foul, not by a lot. Tim Castro kind of lost that. As we take a look at the Seattle Mariners starting nine, Scott Service sending out Sam Haggerty, Jorge Polanco, Mitch Garver, Taylor Trammell, the former Padre, Josh Rojas at third base, Jonathan Clase in left, Cade Marlowe in center, Blake Hunt does the catching, and Ryan Bliss at shortstop for the M's. 0-2 the count here to Polanco. Strike three gets him looking, and a good start today for Yu Darvish. Back-to-back strikeouts. As we check out the defense behind Yu Darvish. Right across the outfield, Tim LeCastro is in left, Jackson Merrill in center, Fernando Tatis Jr. in right, Tyler Wade at third, Hassan Kim at short, Xander Bogaerts at second with Jake Cronenworth at first, and Luis Campusano does the catching for Yu Darvish.
You know, it's got to be a real treat for Jackson Merrill. He's playing center field today. We've seen him out in left field, but you know, he's got that bird's eye view of Yu Darvish and his stuff. He could get a better read of the ball off the bat being in center field. But I tell you what, he must be saying to himself, Yu Darvish, wow, that's Yu Darvish out there. And I'm playing behind him in center field.
Mitch Garver, the DH for the Mariners, with a swing and a miss. And Garver's looking pretty sharp here out of the gate today.
You know, sometimes even if he misses with the breaking ball, if it's up a little bit and the hitter's still offer at it and still swing and miss stuff. Like any pitcher, it's the heart of the plate that you have to avoid, and we all know that. But yeah, he's looking sharp.
Ooh, didn't miss by a lot. Looked like a pretty good pitch.
Trying to use both sides of the plate. That breaking ball down and way to the righties. That pitch looked in a little bit.
24 total starts for him last year. Logged 136 and a third innings. 8-10 mark in 2023.
Last time out for you, I mentioned it. It was 2 scoreless. That was against the Royals with Cheese. It was his first outing. He struck out 3, a walk, and gave up 2 hits.
Swing and a miss, and an impressive first inning. So Yu Darvish, Sam Haggerty,
say it, Donnie.
Jorge Polanco.
Oh yeah, say it.
Mitch Garver, all down by way of the K. Back at Peoria, the Peoria Sports Complex. Mike Schilt's team about to come to bat here. Fernando lead it off with Bogarts at second, Cronenworth at first. Machado is the DH. Kim at short, Campusano catching. Merrill in center, Wade at third, and the Castro in left field as Fernando takes strike one from Luis Castillo on the mound today for the M's.
Well, I've always liked Castro's stuff. Castro. I stand corrected. Castillo. I was just writing in Tim Locastro. Tim Locastro is not a pitcher. Luis Castillo is a pitcher for the Mariners.
Who's that?
Castillo? I've always liked his stuff. Movement, velocity, good breaking stuff, and the starting pitching last year for Seattle was a major plus last year.
Came over from the Reds. This one chopped to second. Polanco's one-hop throw to first base in time to get Fernando. Nice rangy play. The second baseman ended up on the left side of the infield to make that play on Fernando.
33 starts last year for Castillo, and the nice ERA, very respectable, 3.34, and almost 200 innings. And then look at the strikeouts. Not a lot of walks, the complete package right there for Castillo. He can get it done.
6 seasons with the Cincinnati Reds. 11 starts with the Mariners after the trade in 2022. A full season in Seattle last year, 33 total starts and 14 wins. Xander Bogaerts batting in the 2 spot for the Padres.
I think for Mike Schilt and his Padres 9, he's got some hitters to where he can mix and match depending on matchups. Xander batting second, batting third, wherever. I mean, I think nowadays gone by the wayside is the traditional leadoff guy. You know, the guy who's the pesky little hitter. No, look at Fernando Tatis Jr. He can park the ball out of the ballpark. He can get on base. He can hit for extra base power. So a lot of interchangeable parts when you talk about the lineup.
Check swing foul off the bat of Bogaerts, and it is nice to have Manny Machado back in the lineup today. He's not played in a game since Tuesday, although he was taking some ABs in the backfields here in Peoria, the Peoria Sports Complex. But back in there today is the DH, still not at third base defensively yet.
Donnie, I think you would agree with me because we've talked about this many times. He is just flat out a gamer. He wants to play. He plays hurt. He has displayed that during his whole career. And we talk about this all the time. In Colorado, when he nearly snapped his ankle, I thought he was done for the year.
That's strike 3 on the swinging strikeout, and Luis Castillo's first K of the day. Let's check out the M's defensively. Jonathan Clase is in left field. Cade Marlowe in center. And Taylor Trammell around in right field. Josh Rojas at third. Ryan Bliss at short. Jorge Polanco at second. Sam Haggerty at first. And Blake Hunt does the catching for Luis Castillo. Jake Cronenworth in the 3 spot in this Padres order today. Bats with 2 down in the inning. Cronenworth didn't think so, but a strike called by Nick Lentz, the home plate umpire.
Like to see that 229, about 289, 285 for Jake this year.
Looking to have a bounce back year after a tough year for him last year. Very unusual. Finished last year hitting at 229 with 10 homers and 48 runs batted in. The year before had 17 homers. This one will bounce in and even the count at 2-2. '88 RBIs in 2022 for Jake Cronenworth. Did he go? They check, and no, he did not.
Well, Castillo and the left side of the infield were ready to go back to the Mariners dugout, but did not get the call on that one.
They were headed in that direction.
Definitely high enough, but just off the plate.
Loses in, ball 4 is up. A 2-out base on balls for Jake Cronenworth is going to give Manny Machado a chance here in the Padres' first inning. So we'll be talking to Jake Cronenworth in the 3rd inning of today's game. Jake is going to put the microphone on for us with talk to the Crone Zone during the game.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, we're going to go to the Crone Zone.
Yeah. Call a friend, phone a neighbor.
It's called a tease. Manny Machado. He said in the open that you talked to Manny this morning.
Yeah.
He's not 100%, huh?
Pulled him aside, and, he's got that hip hop in his step. He wants to play every day, but he said he's not 100%, but he's good enough to go to swing, which is good for him.
Pops it up down the left field line. Long run over for Clase into foul ground. Not going to get there. That ball almost hit him. He was so close. He was over in left center, went full bore into foul ground, and Manny Machado's going to get another opportunity here.
How about that little nugget right there? Manny became the 11th active player to hit 300 home runs in July last year for his career. That's our hot corner, Donnie. The lower left hot corner.
Swing and a miss. Gas there on the 1-1. 94, but good movement on that 94.
Yeah, I didn't want to put words in Manny's mouth. I said, you tell me what I need to tell the fans about your position right now. He goes, tell them I'm not 100%, but I'm good to go. Swing in the bat. So there you have it.
This is away 2-2. You get a feel for when he'll be able to play defensively.
Didn't ask him that. He was kind of on the move. Didn't want to take any more of his time.
Trying to get away from you?
Yeah. Hey, Mud, got to go. Anything else? Got to go.
Too much mud time. I know the feeling. Too much mud. 2-2. Blown away. Ball 3. So this was kind of a fluid conversation where you were walking and talking at the same time as he was trying to get away is basically what I got.
He was on his way into the clubhouse. Okay. Yes. And I just, hey, you got a second? Sure.
Not really. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and Castillo strikes out Machado. 2 strikeouts in the first, done with 1 without a score from Peoria.
Welcome back to Peoria, Arizona. The score is 0-0 at the top of the second. Now, earlier today, I asked Mike Schill what it is that makes Yu Darvish the most tenured MLB player on this roster. Such a great example to the younger guys here at camp. And he said when it comes to Yu, actions speak louder than words. He's clear with his routine. He's disciplined off of the field with his nutrition, how he takes care of himself. Now he works on recovery and his preparation before he goes to throw a bullpen. Now, all things that have allowed him to have longevity in his career, and all things that can be learned from, especially with so many young guys here.
That is the case, too. And, you look at this veteran staff that you have, really, going into the season. We know about the 3 starters, and Yu Darvish takes very good care of himself as well. He's going to be playing this game a long time. As that will fall right behind Kim and in front of Jackson Merrill, but they are able to get Trammell at second base. So it falls in. Trammell a little over aggressive there, trying to get into second, make it a double, and he is thrown out.
Well, I know it's spring training, but this ball's up in the air. He's got to be on second base safely. Clearly out. Good throw. Got him there. The ball beat him. No challenges in spring training. Got to go. Does he get him? He may have gotten him on the toe. He is erased. You know, talking about you, Darvish, and a nice report there by Mary Luce, is that we see it every day, don't we, Donnie? On the bus, like he's watching video. We saw it today. We were walking to the field and we went by the Padres weight room, and who's in the weight room doing some stretching, getting prepared? You, Darvish.
He watches more video than anybody I've ever seen.
Unbelievable.
In between starts and always on the bus. 1-1 pitch to Rojas. One thing he does know is how to get himself ready for a start. There's
Absolutely.
no doubt about that. He is very prepared.
That's one thing you don't have to worry about. Is this guy going to be prepared? Is he taking it seriously? Well, with you, he does take it seriously. I was out near the bullpens yesterday watching some guys throw, and he was not throwing, but he was just hanging around, and they had the video cameras and the TVs, and they were watching release points and stuff, and he was right there with the coaches watching the big screen after every pitch, learning.
He wanted to be in our open today, so we let him be in the open when he ran by.
Yep.
He was part of the open. He was the second element.
Always welcome.
So the timing couldn't have been any better as he was coming down the line. 2-2. Tap foul. We'll do it again. So by contract's end, you Darvish will be like 42 years old.
He'll be 86 years old. Yeah.
I mean, but I think he can do it. I think if you ask me for one guy that could do it, keeps himself in that kind of shape and be able to play that long, pitch that long, it's you Darvish. He will flip up and over the Crown Zone, backed up by Bogaerts, and reaching is Josh Rojas.
And Donnie, I agree with you right there. As we speak, you Darvish, take a look at this play. He's 37 years old, and this chopper right here, it just was a desperation last chance flip. Not going to happen.
You clear the entire Crown Zone. You're really doing something.
Yeah. And
he did that. So Rojas reaching at first base. And credit the Mariners with a base hit for Josh Rojas, an infield hit. And a base hit for Trammell as well that fell in center field behind Kim. Of course, nobody touched it, but they were able to throw him out at second base, trying to make that a double. Runner at first, one away. And Clase batting for the first time today for the M's. Outfield straight away on Clase. .21-year-old Clase with a swing and a miss over the top, and it's 1-2.
That's the pitch right there. Oh, I love that pitch. Righty on lefty, lefty on righty, down towards the back foot, the sharp breaker. It's worth another look. Look at it, out of the hand, it looks so straight. It's going to be in the hitting zone, then bang. Disappearing act. Yes, he did.
No, he did not. Third base umpire disagrees. Take a look from the side.
Yeah, I'll give him that. Yeah. I'll give him that.
So you were wrong.
I was wrong, and I admit it. No problem.
Clase appearing in high A in Everett, double A in Arkansas. Combining for two locations last year in a pretty close play at first base, but back safely is Rojas. Good bid by Darvish trying to pick him off first base. 22 pitches so far in an inning and a third for Darvish. 1-2-3 first, struck out the side in order.
See, that's good recognition right there by Clase. It's another breaking ball down and in. He's seen it before, swung and missed. Check swing on the other one, and that one, full take.
And Clase, just 21 years old, signed by the Mariners as an international free agent. Runner goes, a pitch is strike, and the throw to second base, not in time. And boy, that was close. I thought that was going to be a strike him out, throw him out, double play. They do get the strikeout, but stolen base for Rojas, who apparently got the hand in out of the Ha-Sung Kim tag.
Really good pitch for the strikeout. There's the play at second base, safe. How close was it? Very close. Looks like he got his hand in there. A runner in scoring position.
Strikeout, incidentally, the 4th of the day so far for Yu Darvish.
He's looking sweet.
Yeah, he is.
Huh? Sharp.
Gabe Marlowe, the center fielder, batting with 2 down, and a runner at second base. Skies one to right, struck pretty well. Tatis going back at the wall, and that's gone. A 2-run home run for Marlowe. Mariners jump on top 2-0. It's into the berm and right. Well, the breeze blowing in that direction may have gotten a little bit of a push there. It was in the air a long time.
Yeah, Donnie, I agree with you. It's you know, he got under it, he hit it well, but wind aided with the flags blowing out towards the gaps and center field, and it just went for a ride thanks to the wind.
So 2-0 M's, and here is Blake Hunt, who will take a strike. Hunt, the catcher, batting out of the 8th spot for the Mariners. I'm 25 years old. Usher in Durham and Montgomery. The Rays minor league system. That was in the Padres system. He was with us, Mud.
Really?
Yes, he went with Cole Wilcox, Francisco Mejia, and Luis Patino, who's now back with the Padres for Snellzilla. December of 2020, that deal. 2-2 pitch. Over the mound towards second. Bogarts comes in. His throw to first, and plenty of time, and the inning is over. But the Mariners get a 2-run home run from Marlowe. It's 2-0 M's.
Two 2-0 Mariners as we head to the bottom of the second inning. Ha-Sung Kim will lead things off for the Padres, and it has been an exciting spring training for him. First of all, you can tell right away just looking at him, he's put on some muscle. 14 pounds of muscle added during the offseason to get ready for this season after coming off a season where he won a Gold Glove, where he had his best offensive season of his major league career. And we've talked a lot, guys, about the transition of Xander Bogart to second, but it's also been a transition for Ha-Seong Kim back to being a full-time shortstop, which he is embracing. And it's been fun to watch him work with Xander at second. And you have to wonder, does it help Ha-Seong Kim also in terms of his ability to play one position all season long? I think we're all excited about seeing what he can do on the defensive side this year as well, don't you think, guys?
No doubt about it. And I was listening to Mike Schilt talk about him today before the game, and the fact that last year, he didn't know day to day what he was going to be at. Second base, shortstop, third base on occasion, but didn't matter really for him at all. But I think knowing that he's going to be playing for Mike Schilt every day at shortstop could make a really big difference. And he's coming off a really good year, is Ha-Seong Kim, and now he's added all that weight you were talking about from a strength standpoint, and we'll see if that equals to some more home run numbers for Ha-Seong Kim.
Yeah, Bob, I agree. Don, to dovetail off your point there, last year caught up to the fastball a little bit more.
Yep.
So therefore, more muscle. Hey, maybe more round trippers, that's for sure. Mike even said he just wants to play defense no matter where it is.
Rounding out to third, Kim is out number 1 of the second inning.
I thought it was a great point that Mike made also about his ability to compartmentalize. He said he's as good as anybody in terms of going from position to position and doesn't seem to get rattled by it. But still, I think it's got to help. And Mike acknowledged this as well. His preference is to see guys play one position so they can continue to excel at it. Last year, the key thing for Ha-Seong Kim from the offensive side, in his own description, he said was consistent at bats. I knew where I was going to be. I knew I was going to play. It'll be even more comfortable for him, hopefully this year, at shortstop in a full-time position.
Luis Campusano with his new stance, tapping one foul. We did confirm that he is choking up a little more than usual too.
Yeah,
Luis.
most certainly. Remember, you mentioned that last time we were on TV, and yes, more bat control. And he said one of the things that you're going to have to consider, maybe making an adjustment when there's a runner on base and there's a pitcher out there that has a slide step. You got to be quick, right, to get into that hitting position. So we'll have to wait and see on that adjustment.
Yeah, I don't know how you do it some of the time and then not all the time. I don't know.
Don't ask me. I don't know anything about hitting. All I know is that I know how to give up the extra base hit.
Campusano strikes out as Castillo elevates, and that is strikeout number 3 for Castillo. 2 down. Well, cheer on the Padres. They host the San Francisco Giants in the 2024 opening series presented by Sequant Casino Resort, March 28th through March 31st. Secure your seats at Padres.com/opening day. Be here before you know it.
Oh, yeah.
We got to go to Korea in between.
Believe it.
Jackson Merrill adjusting to center field. And he'll go the other way to left, sending Clase back almost to the track to make the catch. That'll end the second inning. We're through 2-0 Seattle. 2-0 Mariners have the lead as we go to the top of the third inning. Our rail cam there above the Padres dugout. You can see there, number 9 in the distance. We are in the Crown Zone.
Hey, everybody.
How are you, Jake?
I'm doing great. How are you guys?
What's up, kid?
In the Crown Zone. We are right now in the Crown Zone.
This is great.
I have always wanted to be in the Crown Zone, and now we are. Here we are.
Well, Don, you invented
Hey, is the Crone Zone going to be in the gaps this year and like over the wall rather down the the old duck snort down the third base line?
Oh. Whoa!
Coming in hot.
Out of the chute with that.
It's going to be a little more up the middle. Pull the hanging breaking balls.
I wouldn't take that, Jake.
Oh, it's all right.
Into center field and a base hit for Ryan Bliss. Get things started here in the third inning.
So hey, Jake, I just noticed when that ball was hit, you rounded first base in foul territory. Are you gauging if that ball is kind of messed up? Maybe it gets through so you can trail the runner. What's your deal there?
No, I want to be able to come in behind. Well, I don't want to tell him this first base coach, but be able to come in behind the first base coach so he can't see me maybe for a back pick.
Oh, okay.
The guy gets a little too aggressive.
Gotcha.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
I hadn't thought of that. The grounder by our friend Jake Cronenworth down the first base line. How comfortable is it coming into spring knowing what you're doing this year, Jake?
No, it's great. I think this is the first spring training I've come into knowing what position I'm playing.
That's got to be comfortable.
It's great, though. I love it.
And first base is just not one of these positions where you just go, oh, we'll just throw him at first base today. There's a lot going on, correct?
Exactly, yeah. If you want to play a good first base.
Oh, he's going. And the throw is in time.
Jake let him know, too.
Yes.
I swear, before the inning started, I was going to be like, hey, I need you guys to yell runner, because the last time the guy took off and stopped. No, if you want to play this position, good, man. It's one of those things you got to get creative over here and create some outs on your own. And, that's one of the fun parts about moving around the infield and the whole diamond.
You got a new guy on your right now in Xander Bogaerts. As this one is lined to right. Incoming, Fernando will make the catch. And I see you helping out your friend X over there from time to time at second base as he gets used to a different side of the infield.
Yeah, it's one of those things. I mean, guys played shortstop for 10 years in the big leagues, and makes the move over to second, and anything we can do to help him get as comfortable as possible as early as possible. It's only going to make us better. So if that's the early work or whatever it is, it's great.
You're a guy who's moved all over. How difficult the transition is it from shortstop to second base?
Yeah, it's there's different parts about each position, and kind of like when I moved to first base, there's different parts that you got to learn and get really good at that you may not think about. But it's one of those things, working on them in the morning, working on them in the game, and just kind of perfecting your craft.
How about the moves for the pitchers? I mean, you, Darvish, one of the better moves, left-handed moves you got to worry about. Is this something you talk with the pitchers about, learn?
Yeah, and it's just learning who they are. Are they a guy who holds a runner on with their move, or a guy who holds the runner on with their leg? And we got some good moves. I think Wandy Peralta actually picked me off yesterday when I was playing first against the Angels. He's got a quick move, which is nice. But Matt Waldron's got an incredible move from the right side too, and to see him pick some guys off this year.
What are some of the conversations over at first base when there's a runner that's gotten a base hit or a walk over there? Do you know a lot of these guys? What's the conversation like?
Yeah, familiar with some, not as with some others, but my job as a first baseman is I don't want that guy to get to second base, so if I can distract him a little bit.
Hey, your shoes untied?
Not that far, not that far.
That one?
Yeah, I've tripped over my laces a few times, and I don't want that to happen to anybody. That's a bad move on national television.
Karma, you can't do that.
I actually tripped over my laces on the on-deck circle in a game 2 years ago and blew my laces out, and that's strike 3.
Hey, thanks for letting us in the Crown Zone.
Thanks, boys.
Jake. 2-0 Mariners. 2-0 Mariners have the lead as we go to the bottom of the third. Well, every Sunday at Kids Fest, presented by SDG&E, kids can enjoy inflatables, face painters, and balloon artists. On select Sundays, kids can run the bases after the game. Learn more, Padres.com/kidsfest. And a lot of kids here today.
Yeah.
Berm Marion. Huge crowd on hand today in Peoria Sports Complex.
The berm is a buzzing.
Oh, yeah. Completely jammed. Of course, this venue is the home for spring training for both the Padres and the Mariners. The Padres are the home team today. And will flip-flop when they play again here at the sports complex. But I feel like it's heavy Padres here today, to be honest with you, walking around before the game.
Yep.
This is the most, in my 9 seasons with the Padres fans, faithful, coming out here to spring training that I have seen. Now, you have been with the organization for a lot longer than I have.
Overwhelming amount of the brown and gold this spring, Donnie.
Where does this rank, do you think, in your years?
It's up there, absolutely. Last year there was a buzz, absolutely,
Yeah.
because of the year previously. But
sure.
Even with the 82 and 80 record last year, the showing from the faithful have been outstanding.
I mean, just walking around here on the days that we don't work and seeing the fans who are here coming not only on the weekend but during the week. I mean, it's been unbelievable.
And you know what's nice is you see a lot of the gold caps. That's the cap
Yes.
of the Padres this spring. But the fans have access, obviously, to the jerseys and all that stuff you can get on MLB.com and the team store. But you see, and that sticks out. You see a lot of those.
Tim Castro just joining the Padres, vying for a spot in the outfield for San Diego. Last year with the Mets, hit a .232, a couple of home runs, a few RBIs. Runner goes, and the throw down there will hit the runner. Stolen base for Tyler Wade, who had walked against Castillo to begin the inning.
We've seen the Padres in certain games play the little small ball. We've seen bunting. We've seen hitters purposely trying to go the other way. And, of course, the stolen base, the runner in motion.
I am anticipating we're going to see a lot of that from Mike Schill.
I think so, too. He's a fundamentals-based guy, right?
I mean, he comes from the St. Louis Cardinals organization where he was a big part of their development, and they do that quite a bit. And if you could point to one area last year that really struggled, situational baseball.
Yes.
I mean, I think of with runners in scoring position, I think of the record in extra innings, 0-12 at one point for the Padres a year ago.
Look at that.
Opposite field, and a fair ball down the right field line to the corner. Around from second is Wade to score into second with an RBI double is Tim LeCastro. And the Padres are on the board.
Tim LeCastro, we've seen him around. Maybe that utility guy, that bench guy. You can put him in a lot of positions. And this one, he fights off down the right field line, going the opposite way. Put the Padres on the board.
There's Fernando, his second AB of the day. As Wade walked, stole a base, scored a run. And the Padres do manufacture a run in this inning. Fernando getting his second look at Luis Castillo, grounded out to second base in the first. 0 for 1. Fernando didn't like the call. Strike called by Nick Lentz. Driven to deep left field. Clase looks up, and Nando has left the yard. 2-run home run for Fernando Tatis Jr. puts the Padres on top 3-2. No doubter to left for Fernando.
Right down the middle. It had that sound. And did you hear the crowd? Oh, yeah, that's what that'll do. And look at where this one lands. That's up near the tiki shaved ice and ice cream stand.
That's going to do it for Luis Castillo. He works into the third inning. But a walk, a double, and a home run. It's 3-2 Padres. Three-two, Padres have the lead thanks to this guy doing some flexing in the dugout. Why not? Just sent a ball a very long way to left field out of the yard. Home run chases Luis Castillo from the game. Nick Davila into the game now for Seattle.
27-year-old. Don't know much about the kid. You know, he throws a fastball because they just threw one right there. 25, I stand corrected. 25, signed as a professional in 2021. University of South Florida. Last year, 3 stops for Davila. Modesto, Tacoma, Everett.
1-1. Chop foul outside of third. Ball and 2 strikes here to Xander Bogaerts, getting his second AB today. Struck out swinging against Luis Castillo, who was very good through the first 2 innings. Not so much in the third. He walked the number 8 man, gave up the RBI double to Castro, the number 9 man, then the home run by Fernando, and that's it. Day for Castillo, who departs. So nobody out here for the Padres in the last of the third inning. Ends up giving up 3 runs, 2 hits, and 2+ innings does Castillo. Walked 2, struck out 3. And Bogaerts strikes out second time today. That's happened. Davila gets him for the first out here of the third inning.
Righty on righty. Does he spin one? Oh, yeah, you bet. It's got a little late break right there. Outer half.
Here is Jake Cronenworth, who walked in the first inning. He was kind enough to join us in the field last inning. That was fun.
Oh, it was. Yeah, absolutely. He's got a great personality. He can play under any condition. He just wants to play. He's a gamer. Somebody talking in his ear. He's backing up first base and holding runners on. He can do it all.
You asked him some tough questions, I thought.
You think?
1-1 pitch.
Well, you know what, though? We've learned, and you know this, Jake's accountable. You can go up to him the next day. He can have a horrible performance, and it's going to happen over the course of a season.
Yeah.
And he'll be the first one to say, boy, I stunk yesterday. I got to turn it around. I appreciate guys like that.
I'm sure they don't appreciate you pointing it out, though. You know, you weren't very good yesterday.
Hey, when are you going to turn it around, dude? Right? When are you going to start doing something?
3-1 pitch is fouled back.
But Jake said gap to gap more this season, making an adjustment in that swing. And you know what? I think when you look defensively right now, it's spring training, right? But the Mariners, big hole in between the third base bag and the third baseman. I mean, that's got to be kind of inviting, depending on the count, the pitch. Spank one that way for extra bases. That's a double if he hits it in between there.
Well, he will take the walk. Didn't go. Second time he has walked today. And a one-out base on balls. First walk allowed by Davila. Well, join us on Wednesday, April the 10th for the first bobblehead of the season. The Machado home run bobblehead presented by Quidel Ortho. Celebrates the Petco Park home run leader and will be available for the first 40,000 fans. Get your tickets. Padres.com/giveaways. And Machado, a strikeout victim in the first inning. 0 for 1. Are we having another bobblehead this year? Do you know?
Oh, I don't know.
Chop to third. Rojas goes to second for 1. On to first for 2. Double play around the horn. But a home run in the inning for the Padres. A 2-run home run for Fernando Tatis Jr. to the back of the berm and left. Padres came into the inning trailing 2-0. At the end of 3, they lead it 3-2. Three to 2, Padres have a lead over the Mariners thanks to the 2-run home run that went in that direction for Fernando Tatis Jr. A beautiful day in Peoria. The wind is a gust. Headed out towards right center field today. Into the 4th inning for Yu Darvish. So they're starting to stretch it out a little bit that time of spring. Especially for the Padres, who will not be hanging around Peoria all that long. Going to Korea. We're right in the middle of March, which is unusual.
Donnie, you've experienced that before.
I have, yes.
And what is your opinion on the whole thing as far as, I mean, everybody's routine, right?
It's difficult.
It's difficult.
I find it difficult. And what I found the most difficult, I went to the Tokyo Dome in Tokyo to open up the season in 2008. And I found with the players that year that it was not so much going there and playing the games, it was coming back. And what is it, a 13-hour time difference or something?
16, I believe.
60 hours.
16.
Wow. Okay, so
they're
it's even
plus
more
16.
than I thought.
Yeah.
So you come back, and that's where it really seemed to affect the players the most back in 2008 after playing 4 games like the Padres will in Korea, 2 regular season games and 2 exhibition games. But it changes your spring training because now you're coming back and playing exhibition games, as the Padres will do at Petco Park against these Mariners after playing regular season games. But I think as another strikeout for Darvish, second time Garver's down by way of the K, and that's 6 punch-outs for Darvish today. I think it's the hardest on the starting pitchers. I don't know about you, but I mean, all of a sudden you got to get ready earlier, and I guess it's comparable to what we saw last spring in the WBC.
WBC, I was just about to say that. Absolutely right.
That's going to do it for Darvish. A very good-looking outing today for Yu Darvish. 47 pitches total, He goes 3 1/3, 6 strikeouts today for Darvish. We'll step aside. 3-2, Padres on top.
Veteran right-hander Yu Darvish in the Cactus League was stellar this afternoon. Second one in a row. Last time out against Kansas City. First outing, he fanned 3, gave up a couple of hits. This afternoon against the Mariners, 3 1/3, struck out 6. Boy, he had the breaking ball working and location as well. Both sides of the plate, he had him guessing. And as Donnie and I were talking about earlier, spring training, regular season, it doesn't matter. Yu Darvish is going to be prepared as anyone, and we saw that this afternoon. He was fun to watch in 3 1/3.
So taking over is Ryan Carpenter after 3 1/3 today from Yu Darvish. Former Padre Taylor Trammell. Carpenter is 33 years of age.
Holy Toledo, look at those numbers. 14 starts, an ERA over 5, 77 innings, and almost a strikeout per innings pitched.
It was a mudhead.
Yeah.
Did you play at Ned Skelton Stadium?
Never played
You were in the IL?
Toledo. Never, yeah. I was in the American Association for a little bit.
Okay.
That was in the International League, though.
It was.
Yeah.
Toledo Mudhens.
Okay.
I believe Scan was a Mudhen at one point.
I think he was, yeah.
It was a check swing. Hit the bat twice. Was in the box. So the foul ball makes it 2-2.
When I say Toledo, Ohio, what's the first thing that comes to mind for you? Okay.
The booth. The booth at Ned Skelton Stadium.
Really?
Because you were so close. You were right behind the umpire, but it was in glass, like this thick bulletproof glass.
Really?
Yes. So it was the closest I've ever been to home plate to call a game. So that's
So it wasn't an open air booth?
No. You're
That
completely
stinks.
in glass, but you were so close. It was so cool.
At least put netting up. So
No,
you can get
no,
the
I like.
sights.
Nah, I don't need it. Popped up. Third base way, and Wade is there to make the catch for out number 2. The other thing I remember is Steve Sparks.
Ah, Sparksy.
He was throwing knuckleballs for the Toledo Mudhens, and he had a no-hitter going in the game, and to lead off the top of the 9th inning, former Padre David Eckstein dropped a bunt down for a base hit to break up the no-no.
Come on.
Yeah.
What was the score of the game?
It was close. I think it was
trying
like
to get
2-0.
the tying run around, but one of those.
Probably.
I got
close.
no problem with that then.
Okay.
That's the old Ben Davis rule.
Okay.
Remember Ben Davis?
I remember Ben
breaking
Davis.
up Schillings.
Yeah.
Because they were down 2-0. It was late, and he bunted for a base hit.
Phillies broadcaster Ben Davis. Is that?
Yes, Ben
Okay.
Davis. Yeah,
Yeah.
former number 1 pick for the Padres.
Played for the Mariners.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Yep. Hey, late in the game, no hitter. I don't care. Perfect game. If you're down by a run, you're trying to get that tying run to the plate. Bunt. I've got no problem with that.
No, Eckstein did. Steve Sparks now does broadcasting for the Houston Astros.
Yep, on radio.
Radio with
Robert Ford.
Robert Ford, former Binghamton Met announcer Robert Ford. We share that.
Yeah. Nice pitch.
Did he go? No, he did not. Hey, great to see our friends. We understand we were on in Seattle today, too. Love Seattle.
I love the Emerald City.
Family in Tacoma, was just up there during the off-season. Nice. I love going there. I fished in Puget Sound, didn't catch any salmon. I tried.
Fish don't like Donnie.
No, I tried really hard.
What'd you use for bait?
A lure for the most part.
Really?
Yeah. But did not catch.
You know what you should do? Put a lure with your face on it. Big face of Donnie.
It's a lot of face. I lead the
That'd
league.
Be funny.
I lead the league in face. We like to say hello to Rick Riz and to Dave Sims, and their broadcasters who are here today doing the game on radio.
Love those guys.
Payoff pitch from Carpenter to Rojas, and a swing and a miss. Struck him out. Nicely done. My Carpenter taking over for Darvish. We played 3.5, 3-2 San Diego. Three-two Padres on top of the Mariners. We head to the bottom of the fourth inning. Due to franchise record demand for season ticket memberships, a small number of additional 2024 season ticket memberships are available now for limited time only. Time is running out to become a season ticket member for the 2024 season. Learn more at Padres.com/new memberships. There goes Yu Darvish. The day is done.
Taking it to the house. Good work. Good workout in the big leagues for Yu Darvish.
Here is Carlos Vargas taking over for the Mariners.
27 games in the minor leagues last year. He had 3 saves, high ERA, but a live arm. And the one thing that sticks out, almost a strikeout per innings pitched, but look at the walks. Too many walks. 32 walks and 42 in the third. He needs to work on that.
Sung Kim leading it off here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Have you caught any of the Ha-Sung Kim documentary from Korea that the Padres shot on YouTube yet?
I haven't. I'm going to have to watch it.
Oh, we're into episode 2. It dropped last night. So you have to check it out on YouTube. It is really cool.
It's on my list.
Followed him back home to Korea. Got to meet his parents and his coaches and
Very
kind
cool.
of followed him around. And the second episode dropped yesterday.
Okay.
The narration on it is nails. Really good. Yeah. So I did it.
Who does it? Bob Costas?
I did it.
Oh, really? Is it? Who is it?
It's me.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
The 2-1 is sharply hit, and on the backhand, Bliss makes the catch. Hot shot by Kim, but right at Bliss for the first out of the inning.
Well, nothing you can do here. Keep swinging it. Squares it up. And that ball actually kind of knuckled, it looked like. Tough play right there at shortstop. Kind of like, whoa. And it finds the glove.
One away for Luis Campusano. Big swing and miss for strike one. Campy's second AB of the day, struck out swinging. Hey, look out, and he gets drilled. Nowhere to go. So the one out hit batsman here.
Boy, fastball at 96.
He's got that protective guard on. Looks like he got that.
That still has to hurt.
So one out, runner at first, and that brings up Jackson Merrill. On the ground up the middle and just by the dive of Bliss. That was a hot shot. And Jackson Merrill's got himself a base hit. Up to second goes Campy. 2 on, 1 away.
Hey, swinging early and swinging aggressively. Let's take a look. Hey, you get that fastball, it's down, throw the head. Not a long stride, very under control swing. And you know what? I don't like to make comparisons, but that was almost like a Freddie Freeman type swing. He went down and got that swing right there.
So 2 on, 1 away for Tyler Wade.
He's got some live stuff. That's 96 again.
Wade getting the start at third base, walked and scored a run in the third inning. To left center, and that'll drop in for a base hit. Campusano coming around from second. He will score. Throw to second, not in time. Wade's got a double, and the Padres out onto their lead on top by 2, 4-2.
Hey, the kids are doing all right. Merrill, Wade, using the whole field. That's what hitting is all about right there. Foul line to foul line. And driving one in. Very nice.
Now with runners in scoring position, Padres 3 for 3 on the afternoon. Infield in all the way around now for the Mariners. Runners at second and third, 1 out. And Tim LeCastro will take strike one. Castro with a double his first time up to drive in a run. And getting his first look at Carlos Vargas. Fouled off the umpire. Nick Lentz at the plate. Appears to be okay.
Did we ever find out who the third base umpire was that stopped action?
No.
We need to find out because I need to thank him.
Uccione is here today. Brian Walsh is here today. Dexter Kelly is here today. Not sure which one it was. Nick Lentz has a plate. We know that. But during spring training, the umpires move around every half inning. They go from first to second to third, so I'm not sure. So that
number 20.
Yeah.
If we can get an umpire guide and find out.
Number 20 is Brian Walsh. That is Brian Walsh.
Okay, Brian Walsh.
He's your new favorite umpire.
I'm going to call my buddy Mark Carlson, another Major League umpire, and tell him to personally thank Mr. Walsh.
Yep, he stopped the game for you.
For all of us.
So it is dribbled down the third baseline. Vargas has no play. Run scores. In the back door from third, it's 5-2 Padres. Jackson Merrill coming across the plate. Castro with the infield hit, his second hit of the day.
Well, when you've got a sinker or a slider or a breaking ball that's a 96 or so, you have a tendency sometimes to top it, and you get those infield singles, and that will work just nicely as well. So thank you very much. Easily scores. The grass eats it up. No play. Padres add on.
First and third with 1 out, and here is Fernando. His third plate appearance of the afternoon. Hit a 2-run blast his last time up, and he gets hit with this one up and in. Second batter that Vargas has hit this inning.
Remember, we showed you Vargas's numbers and a lot of walks, right? Indicating very wild. And let's see here. I'm trying to look in the book. Trying to see his hit by pitch during the course of his career. Carlos Vargas, hit batters. Last year he had only one. He had two. Check that. He was with Arizona and Reno once in the big leagues. He had 5 back in 2019. So there's some wildness there.
2 in 1 inning here.
Yeah, no kidding.
Campusano and now more recently Fernando to load the bases. 2 runs in, and here is Xander Bogaerts, who has struck out twice today, and takes a look at strike 1 from Vargas. Padres are now 4 for 4 with runners in scoring position today. And a chance for Bogaerts to add on. We were talking to Jake Cronenworth earlier about the change in position for Xander Bogaerts, and Jake has been working with Xander his entire career. Spent at shortstop, moves over to second base. Actually broke into the big leagues very briefly at third base back in 2013, but the very next year was at shortstop.
And you know what? I'm sure these are 2, good teammates, friends. I'm sure Jake kind of gave Xander some little nuggets. Hey, I played second base. If you need any, I can share some insight because I played second base as well.
Xander was saying the hardest thing for him is that double play. With everything being behind him, and the runner, all that. He's used to coming across the bag from short, seeing everything in front of him as he strikes out for the 3rd time today. Out number 2 with his 4th inning.
Well, you hit 2 guys in an inning as a hitter, that's not a comfortable at bat for the next guy or whoever's coming up. So you kind of like a little tentative, way out in front of that off-speed pitch there for the strikeout.
2 down here in the 4th for Jake Cronenworth. It's tough for some guys to play the game and talk to us at the same time, but Jake was able to do it very successfully, I thought, in the 3rd inning.
Did a fine job. That was fun. And you know what? This is the way I look at things, Mr. Vegas.
Cha-Cha Vegas?
Yeah. Any guy who has played hockey, and that I think hockey players are the greatest. As far as they get it, they're great with the media. They great personalities. Would you agree with me, Don? They get it.
100%.
Right?
Yes.
And Jake fits that category. Hey, wire him up, talk during inning. Hey, no problem.
Yeah, and he a big hockey background.
Yeah.
His dad. I mean, Jake is he's great.
He's the best.
I enjoy being around Jake.
Absolutely.
I have since he's been here. But yeah, hockey guys are great.
Yeah.
There's a ground ball left side. Throw to first for Rojas. Gets there in time to get Cronenworth and ends the inning. Padres get 2 more. Take a 5-2 lead to the 5th. 5-2, Padres have lead over the Mariners. Padres baseball is better with friends. Now is the perfect time to reserve a group outing in a newly renovated suite or all-inclusive hospitality space at Petco Park for April and May games. Learn more at Padres.com/groups. Well, you have lots of friends. You should go to a game sometime with all your friends.
There's only one way to enjoy a ball game is with friends.
Jonathan Clase leading it off here for the Mariners. Back out there is Ryan Carpenter. Carpenter took over for Darvish last inning. They start today for Yu Darvish.
And once again, I mentioned it in the game open, right?
Which segment?
First segment, third topic. He went from the get-go, and we've seen it in the past when Yu Darvish, right? It wasn't it? Look at first.
I guess I have a different definition of segments. 1, 2, 3. Third subject. We talked about Manny on the mend, Padres rotation, and then Yu Darvish remaining healthy. That's a fly ball, right center field, falling fast. That's going to fall in for a base hit. Jackson Merrill gets it back in quickly, but a base hit for Clase. Opens up the 5th inning.
You know, during the regular season, you'll probably have one of these guys dive out, lay out for one of those right there, taking away the extra base hit. Don't know what type of communication was going on right there, but you know, you hold them to a single, you keep the double play in order.
Lead runner on here for the Mariners, and Marlowe will take strike one. A 2-run home run in the 2nd inning.
Donnie, you said earlier we're going into Seattle today. Did you say that?
I think so. We always telecast? Do, don't we? Oh, this game.
This game.
This game is, yes, it's being broadcast in Seattle. This one will get away. And Clase will take second base. Why? Did you want to say hello to the people?
I just love Seattle. I love everything about it. I love the people. I love the ballpark. I love the booth.
You played there.
Played there in '92. King Dome. Good memories.
Remember talking to Randy Johnson about you as a teammate. He doesn't particularly care for you.
Oh, I used to get under his skin so much.
Didn't care for you then. What year were you with?
'92. Okay. He'd have a rough outing, and the next day I'd let him cool off, right? The next day I'd go try to go, you were really good yesterday. And then just walk away.
You're lucky you didn't get punched in the face.
And he was like, he didn't know whether to scratch his head or wind his watch.
Who's this clown?
Yeah.
Telling me.
He's got some nerve.
It's down to first, and Cronenworth will tag the bag. On to third goes Clase, but that's the first out here in the 5th inning.
Give him a home run to somebody the next day. Hey, how'd you hold that pitch? How'd you hold that one?
Oh, boy. You're lucky you didn't get hurt. I mean, especially him, the big unit.
Hey, I like
making fun of the big unit to his face. Wow. Say at third with one away. Here is Blake Hunt. Swing that first pitch. Got a piece of Campusano's mask.
By the way, you talk about, I love the color scheme also for the Mariners. The jerseys are teal. The hats, seafoam green. Yeah.
Wow.
Two different colors. The helmets, though, are like a navy blue, a dark navy blue.
So you didn't.
That's seafoam green right there, the hats, and the teal jerseys.
You were in the King Dome, though, right?
King Dome, yeah.
It's amazing. I've met so few of your former teammates over the years, but
you've met a lot of them.
Well, I met Randy Johnson, Benito Santiago. Not a fan. He also played. I remember in Miami, he came and visited us, and he's like looking at you like, I thought he was going to fight you then, and it's been
what, 30 years?
Yeah, it's been a long time. He still doesn't care for you. I don't know what is the problem. I guess you were a terrible teameate. Was this because you were always making fun of guys?
No, it was one incident.
I mean,
no.
A guy has a bad outing, the next day you're in his face?
Yeah.
Well, you were good yesterday. Yeah. I mean, no wonder nobody likes you.
Hey, we had a blowout regarding.
This is too short. Kim to first for the out, but a run will score. And the Mariners get their third run of the day. 2 down. Go ahead. Tell us about
Yeah, we had a disagreement just regarding pitch selection. And, you know.
So he put down a sign,
yeah,
and you said no.
No, I don't want to throw that.
Yeah, why not? Benito has a pretty good idea about the hitter and other hitters. Don't you think you go with Benito? Especially with you look at your numbers.
Duly noted.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, Benito Santiago, and you're you.
So we had a disagreement, and we had a little bit of a blowout, but it was all tranquilo after that.
Oh, really?
It was all good.
Well, 30 years later, we had him on in Miami, and he wouldn't even look at you. You'd ask him a question, and he'd answer me. He's looking at me the entire interview. Like, you and Mud not get along? And said,
Oh, yeah, we are.
Something like that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah,
we're good
like
now.
that, he said. Like, okay. So it was one incident?
Yeah, it was one incident.
Once?
Yeah, in Atlanta.
Did you talk about it after the game?
Oh, yeah.
Did you almost fight?
No.
Oh.
I'm a lover, not a fighter.
Yeah.
We aired our differences, and then, slept on it, and then the next day kind of talked about it and get on the same page. Hey, you know what? During the course of a season, dude, especially when you're not having the year you're hoping, and one little thing triggers something, and it's next thing you know, it's blown
long
up.
year.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's why when stuff happens in the dugout, people are like, "Oh wow, well, that happens all the time." Just not for the cameras to see. That's ball 4. And Carpenter down to first base. If I were you looking back on it now, I probably would have gone with what the catcher wanted to do. You're just looking over some of the overall body of your work.
Yeah.
Bomel, Brenly. Who else did you throw to in your career? Who'd you throw to with the
Ernie Witt.
Ernie Witt.
Greg Olson. Joe Girardi.
Joe Girardi. Yeah, you definitely should have listened to Joe Girardi.
Oh, I
Did you
did.
Shake him off?
I did.
Whew.
Scott Service, manager of the.
You threw to Scott Service.
Yeah.
Did you shake him off?
Oh, all the time.
Really?
I don't know. I can't remember. I can't remember what I had for breakfast yesterday. There's Scotty.
He's done a great job with the Mariners.
Hasn't he, though? Absolutely.
Love talking to him about baseball.
Yeah.
They're in a tough division. The Astros in there every year. It's never easy. The battle going on all year.
They had some pitching last year, though. That's what carried them. They struck out a lot as a team, the Mariners. If they pitched, man. First in the American League, 4th in baseball in starters ERA. That is very, very key to have those intact for the course of a season. Bullpen was nails.
1-2 fouled off, and Campusano aggressively gets out there, but picks it up.
And I would have to say that ballpark down in Seattle leans towards the pitchers a little bit as well. If you were to pick one, hitters or pitchers, I think it leans a little bit more towards pitching.
Well, they're well suited for that.
Yep.
One-two pitch coming to Haggerty, and he will ground it foul. Our first is Ryan Bliss. 2 outs, a run in here for the Mariners in their half of the 5th inning, getting a little closer, 5-3. Padres on top. Looking for highlights today. Yu Darvish, 3 1/3, had 6 strikeouts, and big 2-run home run for Fernando. Speaking of Fernando, sunglasses on, over. A little late leap to make the catch in right field. Mariners get a run. It's 5-3 San Diego. Valley of the Sun back in the desert. It's 5-3 as the Padres have the lead heading into their half of the 5th inning. Could be back in the greater Phoenix area where the wind is a-blowing today towards right center field and sometimes shifting to straightaway center. But it's been a very warm spring training after last year really was cold and a lot of precipitation while we were here last year. Not the case this year. It's been very comfortable conditions for spring training.
You got to love it, and the fans love it, and they're out in droves this afternoon. We take a look at Colin Snyder with Kansas City last year. 20 games, and he saved a couple of ball games. A little high on the walk side in 20 in the third. He struck out 11 batters.
Manny Machado leading it off here. His third AB of the day. Struck out swinging in the first inning. Rounded into a 5-4-3 DP in the third inning. Strike call as Manny's shaking his head down 1-2. Sharply hit through the right side into right center field. A leadoff base hit for Manny Machado. His first hit of the day.
There's that sweet swing we were talking about. And looks like that will be it for Manny. Looks like Quinn Hoffman's going to come in and run for him. Let's take a look at that swing. Up and in, and he fights it off to the right side. Foot was down, hands were back, and that is vintage Manny Machado. Finding the hole on the right side.
So Hoffman running at first base now for Machado. That is the day for Manny. He was the DH. Sasong Kim 0-for-2 today. He's grounded out to third, lined out short. Pitch from Snyder. And swinging 3-0. Drives one to deep left field. That is up and that is gone. Ha-Sung Kim with a 2-run home run. We're talking about the power for Kim earlier. And he hits a 2-run shot. Put the Padres on top 7-3. A line drive home run for Kim.
Well, last year for Kim, 17 home runs. This one right here, right down the middle, and he gets every bit of it. And he squared it up to the gap. Something we were talking about earlier. Getting to the heater, pumping a little iron, getting a little stronger, adding a little muscle.
Campusano hit by a pitch his last time up after striking out back in the second inning. Chop left side. Good pick on the half hop. And it's in time to get Campusano. First out of the inning. So one away, and that brings up Jackson Merrill. Merrill today has flat out to left, single to center, and scored a run. This Padres first round pick. 27th overall back in 2021. Grounds one foul to the end of the Padres dugout. Fort Wayne and San Antonio a year ago for Jackson Merrill. Trying to learn center field.
Yeah.
Number 2 prospect going to Baseball America and MLB Pipeline of the Padres organization, and a seeing eye single to the left side into left field for Jackson Merrill, his second hit of the day.
Well, the times we've seen Jackson Merrill swing the bat in spring training, he has done his share of going the opposite way, and that's a good sign. He's 6'3", he's got a big frame, he's got long arms, right? Brings the hands in a little bit and beats the Mariners on the left side, just out of the reach of the third baseman for the single. I like his plan. I like his blueprint at the plate.
Here's Tyler Wade, who has been on twice today. A walk, stolen base, and a double, driving in a run. One pitch to Wade. Almost hit him, dancing out of the way.
Skipping a little rope right there, just getting out of the way. And hey, a nice pick also by the catcher right there. Hunt keeping that runner at first base.
Getting the start at third base today. 4th round pick of the Yankees back in 2013. Veteran is 29 years of age. Total of 26 games a year ago in Oakland. The ground ball hooked right side and by the dive of Polanco at second base. Jackson Merrill to third on the base hit by Wade. It's first and third with one away.
Grounders finding the hole for the Padres here on this spring afternoon. Jackson Merrill going the opposite way, and this time to the pull side for Wade. The runners at the corners. We got action.
Yeah, not hit hard.
No.
A lot of this stuff, but well placed. And frustrating for Colin Snyder, the pitcher here for the Mariners. It's a visit from his pitching coach. Castro coming up here next. He has doubled and singled so far today for the Padres. Woodworth, the pitching coach out there for the Mariners. Second time we've seen him today.
Is that Big Pete from Toronto? Is that the same? Is that Pete? Big Pete?
You're thinking of Pete Walker.
That's what I'm thinking of.
In Toronto.
Toronto.
Yes. There's a line drive and a base hit into right center field. From third comes Merrill. Wade will be stopped at third. It's an RBI single for LeCastro, who's 3 for 3 today, and the Padres take an 8-3 lead. 3 straight hits. Bottom of the order getting it done.
They're just wearing out the base paths. That's a beautiful thing right there. Stop sign. Whoa, hey now.
Oscar Mercado batting for the first time. This is Fernando's spot. Fernando today 1 for 2, hit by a pitch. And the one part of the 1 for 2, a 2-run home run to left field. Wow, Tim Castro, 29 for 29 to begin his career.
How about that? That's nice.
In thefts. Don't see a lot of stolen bases during spring training. See if he tries to keep it going here, keep the pressure on. It's been a 3-run inning so far for the Padres, and a pitch will miss to Mercado. Throw to first, and the Castro back to the bag. Oscar Mercado, former second-round pick of the St. Louis Cardinals. Part of last year, AAA El Paso. Runner goes, and a liner into left center field. That'll get down. From third comes Wade. He will score. Trying to score is the Castro from first. He will. 2 more runs, and the Padres take a 10-3 lead. Mercado with a 2-run double.
And the hits just keep on coming. Padres hitters taking advantage of the bad pitches, and if it's either side of the plate, they're taking it where it's pitched. Finding the holes on the infield, finding the gaps in the outfield, it's all good.
So pitching change, that'll do it for Schneider. Roughed up in the inning, so far charged with 5 runs. Padres on top 10-3. The pitching change from Peoria. (10-3) Padres have lead over the Mariners. Been a big inning here in the 5th, a 5-run inning so far. And Blas Castano into the game.
Right-hander for Scott Service and the M's. 25-year-old, turns 26 on September 8th. He's from the Dominican Republic. Made his professional debut with the Yankees, DSL Yankees, back in 2018.
Numbers from the minor leagues last year for Castano. William Cedeno batting here for the Padres, and swing and a miss makes it a ball and a strike here to Cedeno. Last year's numbers for Cedeno. Eighth member of the Padres to bat here in the 5th inning. Swing and a miss, and Cedeno down on strikes out number 2 of the inning.
Righty on lefty. That's the breaky ball. Tries the back door. It looked like a little cut fastball, a little slider with a swing and miss.
Nathan Martorella batting for the first time today. Batting for Jake Cronenworth, who walked twice today, grounded out to third base. Martorella playing in San Antonio last year, 5th round pick of the Padres back in 2022. At 236 last year in San Antonio. The University of California, Berkeley.
Bears.
He's 23 years of age. First Major League Spring Training that he has been invited to. And he will take strike 3 to end the inning. Ha-Sung Kim with a home run in the inning. His 2-run shot, all part of a 5-run inning for San Diego. 10-3 Padres. To the 6th we go from Peoria. Ten-3 Padres have the lead. Let's check in with Mariluz Cook.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with Manny Machado. Manny, that was a fun 5-run inning there, and you had a single there. Now, for you personally, you have experience being at the DH spot, obviously, last season. You batted .289 across 33 games, 142 plate appearances. How does that help you acclimate to this role as you're still recovering here from your elbow surgery and playing that spot here?
Yeah, just knowing, I just got to just stay ready, as best as possible. And, at the end of the day, it's just trying to be healthy. And I feel like, I'm in a good spot right now, and, to be on the field to try to help this team win in whatever way is, what needs to be done.
I think a word that could be used to describe you is dependable. Dependable to fans, dependable to your teammates as well. How do you think that just having that kind of mentality has helped you throughout spring training and just throughout your career?
Yeah, just knowing, it's fun. I enjoy playing baseball. I enjoy coming out here. Talking to the guys, just doing everything with them. I think at the end of the day, this is our second family, and you just got to try to enjoy every moment of it. So, every day I come into the ballpark, you get to learn something new, you get to learn different culture, you get to meet somebody new, or, get to, find out things you would have never known about a person or about your teammates. So, camp has been fun so far. I think we got a great group of guys that are, getting ready to have a good year.
What is something new that you've learned about someone that you didn't know before during this spring training?
Mitchell's a big painter. He likes to paint. He likes to draw. You know, he has all his tattoos. I'm a tattoo guy, so you know, he draws his own tattoos. So that's pretty cool.
That is definitely pretty cool. What's something that we could learn about you that people might not know?
Oh man, I'm low key. I like to keep myself private, so I don't really like giving out too much. But you know, I always have a smile on my face no matter what. So you know, go out there, enjoy myself, enjoy this team, enjoy San Diego as well, and love playing in front of these fans.
Now, through spring training, something fun is that we're getting to see so many young guys. And you're such a veteran guy here within this organization and also within Major League Baseball as a whole. What is one of the most important things that you think that these younger guys can learn from you?
Go out there and be ready to play. You know, it's a long season, it's a long grind, and not just worry about today, but just go out there and play, have fun. I think at the end of the day, it's about having fun and about enjoying yourself in this game. This game is too hard, and there's a lot of ups and downs, and you just got to enjoy it all. So, you know, the message to these guys every day is enjoy it. Enjoy today. Go out there, have fun. You know, play the game, and you know, if we do that, we're going to be in a good spot as a team.
When we look back to last season, a lot of things left undone. How do you think that that's serving as fuel for you personally and for this team as a whole?
I mean, that's huge. I mean, obviously, I want to have a better year. I want to bring a championship to the city, and you know, that's our goal. That's still our goal. You know, every year you try to set one up, and this year is that. So trying to get back to postseason, trying to have a good year and have a bounce back year, and you know, be ready to you know, hopefully bring a championship to the city of San Diego.
Now, with new leadership, Mike Schill at the helm of the team here, what can you say about your relationship with him and just what he's brought to this team this season?
Yeah, it's been fun. He's been fun. He's been awesome. He's been very, you know, open to every communication with the players, with the staff. You know, it's been an open book, and he's been tremendous so far in camp. So it's been fun to be a part of. You know, it's going to be a good, healthy year for us. Hopefully, we all stay healthy as a group, and you know, having him on the helm, leading this team is going to be, you know, it's going to be impactful down the road.
Well, you mentioned that word healthy. I know that you're not 100% with your elbow yet, but you feel good swinging the bat, and you look good out there as well. What has your progression looked like? How are you feeling?
Feel all right. You know, good days, bad days, just like any normal recovery. But, you know, it's good enough to go out there and play. And, you know, it's just one of those days you just don't know how you're going to wake up the next morning and feel it, you know. But it's just part of the recovery. You know, the team here has been doing a tremendous job, you know, with Scott, you know, keeping me healthy and trying to get me back as quickly as possible. I mean, I know, you know, the surgery wasn't really known, not a lot of research out there, but, you know, every day he goes out there and, you know, he has some sleepless nights, he tells me every day, just thinking about, you know, the things I tell him about my elbow, what I'm feeling, and how he's trying to get me healthy to be on the field every single day for 162 games, which is the plan. So, yeah, you know, it's some good days, some bad days, but, you know, at the end of the day, it's just try to be as healthy as possible to be on the field.
Like I said, dependable, definitely a word that can be used to describe you. So wish you the best of luck moving forward and lots of health with that elbow and everything. Thanks, Manny.
Thank you.
All right, back to you guys in the booth.
All right, thank you very much. It was good to hear from Manny. He's progressing well and being able to DH again today.
Yeah, you always talk about players, and he hit on it as far as like going out there and having fun playing. And, you know, Manning's one of those even keel guys, right? Not too high, not too low. I mean, he gets excited at times when warranted, but still, that's how you got to play this game. It's a long season.
Trammell will take ball 4, and down to first base he goes with 2 down. So a 2-out base on ball, second walk of the inning here allowed by Festa, who has taken over. Third arm used today by the Padres. Josh Rojas for the entire game at third base so far for the M's. Festa last year playing for the Mariners. 8 total games for him. Coming out of the pen, the bulk of the year spent at AAA Tacoma for the Mariners. Had a great relationship with the Tacoma Rainiers for many years.
You know, I remember him with the Mariners last year. His nickname's Uncle. Uncle Festa.
Again, you don't know that. Made it
Did
up.
I tell you what happened last year with the Mariners? Remember they had Toro, Abraham Toro?
I do.
And I said on the air, I said, they call him Bull.
Right.
That's Toro, right? Bull?
Yep.
So I went over to ask Dave Sims. I go, please tell me they call Toro Bull. And he looks at me and goes, no.
I've been saying that for how many years?
know,
I'm like, nobody calls him that. You are the only one that calls him that.
I love nicknames.
Just because, yeah, well, that's the thing. You make up people's nicknames and you think other people use it and they don't. Swing and a miss. Nobody calls Matt Festa uncle.
Biff Roberts used to call me Uncle Fester.
Really?
Yeah, a bald head. He goes, just put a light bulb in your mouth.
Similarity. That is ball 4. And back-to-back walks allowed here by Festa. As 2 on with 2 away.
You can even extend it to Festivus. Festivus for the rest of us.
2 outs, 2 on, and here is Clase, who has struck out today looking and singled to right field his last time up.
Wow, that wind is a whipping.
Yes, it is.
Straight out center field. Wow. You get something elevated. We've seen it today already. That ball is going to go.
Strike 2, and Festa jumps ahead here 0-2. Festa was a 7th-round pick by these Mariners back in 2016. Signed by the Padres as a minor league free agent in January of this offseason. So Darvish, Carpenter, and now Festa. This one fouled back to the screen.
He's going with the old school stirrups too, and I like that.
Just below the kneecap.
Yeah.
Oh, 2 pitch to Clase. He is up high, trying to get him to chase. He does not. Up and away. Well, at second, Rojas at first, 2 down here in the inning. And that drops in there for strike 3. Clase goes looking. And the Mariners lead 2 on here in the 6th inning. It's 10-3 San Diego.
Joining us before he heads off to take a shower and enjoy the rest of his afternoon. Padres with a 10-3 lead as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. The day over for Manny Machado, and the day is also over for Ha-Seong Kim, and he's going to join us right now along with his interpreter, David Lee. David, thanks for joining us. Ha-Seong, thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. Congratulations on the home run today. How are you feeling so far here in spring training? It's your 4th big league spring training now.
이제 빅리그 4년 차인데 일단 오늘 홈런 축하드리고 좀 컨디션 어떤 거 좀 기분이 어떤지.
컨디션은 좋은 것 같고 첫 해보다는 지금 4년째 스프링 캠프가 훨씬 더 편하고 준비도 잘 되고 있는 것 같아요.
I feel great, and compared to my first spring training here, I feel much more comfortable, and I'm at ease, and I get to be more comfortable around my teammates, so I feel much better.
You feel better, you're looking better. You've got 14 extra pounds of muscle on you right now, and it was the point of that to try to hit more home runs. You had 30 home runs your last year in the Korean League, 17 home runs last season. The reason for the weight gain, just to try to help you through the season, also maybe a little bit more power.
이제 이번 시즌 뭐 이제 14파운드 근육량을 늘린 것 같은데 작년에는 홈런 17개 쳤고 그거를 좀 의식해서 좀 홈런을 좀 증가시키려고 근육을 좀 더 찌운 건지.
뭐 홈런을 증가시키려고 찌운 건 아니고 그냥 한 시즌 치르면서 살도 많이 빠지고 그리고 마지막 이제 작년에 마지막 달에 조금 많이 체력적으로 힘듦을 느껴서 그런 것들을 좀 잘 이겨내고 싶어서 좀 몸을 키웠던 것 같아요.
Yeah, I didn't really think too much about the home runs when trying to add more weight this off season, but towards the end of last season, I did kind of lose more pounds, more weight, and I did kind of feel physically fatigued towards the end. So I wanted to prepare better for that this off season, thus leading to more gaining weight.
You know, it was such a great season for you on both sides of the ball last year, Ha-Seong. Let's first talk about the defense. You win a Gold Glove. You're the first Korean player to win a Gold Glove here in the United States. I mean, how proud are you of that?
이제 저번 시즌에 공격이랑 수비 둘 다 너무 좋은 모습을 보여줬는데 일단 수비적으로서 한국인으로서 최초로 골드러브를 땄는데 그거에 대해서 기분이랑 소감이 어떠신지?
한국인 최초로 골드글러브를 받아서 너무 영광스럽게 생각하고 첫 해에 좀 힘듦이 있었는데 그 수비 좀 투자를 많이 하고 수비 때문에 지금까지 잘 버틸 수 있었던 것 같다고 그래서 감사하게 생각하고 있다고.
Yeah, I'm very honored to be the first ever Korean to receive the Gold Glove here in the big leagues, and I think starting from my first season in the big leagues, the defense was the one thing that I was very consistent with, and thus led me to be here right now, so I'm very thankful to receive the award.
Not only on the defensive side, but a great season for you on the offensive side as well, especially the second half. You talked about the consistent at-bats really helping you out, but what are you more satisfied with? The defense that you were able to do or the progress that you made on the offensive side?
이제 수비적인 부분도 잘했지만 저번 시즌 공격적인 부분에서도 좋은 퍼포먼스를 보여줬는데 이제 수비적인 부분이 좀 더 자랑스러운지 아니면 공격적인 퍼포먼스가 좀 더 자랑스러운지 어떤 게 더 좋으신가요?
일단 수비적으로는 골드글러브를 받았기 때문에 기분 좋은데 그래도 어찌됐든 공격적인 부분에서도 매년 조금씩 성장하고 있다라는 거에 조금 기분 좋게 생각하고 아직 보여줄 게 많기 때문에 기대해 주셨으면 좋겠다고.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't think I can choose one. I'm obviously very happy to win the Gold Glove, but at the same time, I'm very happy to myself that I'm always showing a progressive good performance every season, so I still have a lot to show you guys, so I hope you guys tune in on the Padres game this season, and hopefully I'll show up more this season.
You know, we've talked a lot about the transition from Xander over to second base, but also you're transitioning back over to shortstop. How excited are you to be back over the shortstop position where you've always put on some exciting plays?
이제 보가치 선수가 이제 1루로 포지션을 변경하고 김하성 선수는 이제 본 포지션이 유격수로 돌아가게 되었는데 유격수를 보게 되는 것에서 얼마나 기분이 좋으신지.
뭐 기분이 좋기보다는 어찌됐든 책임감이 좀 많이 큰 것 같고 우리 팀에는 타티스 선수나 뭐 마차도 선수도 그렇고 뭐 크로네오스 보가치 선수 다 지금 메릴 선수도 있고 그런 선수들이 다 유격수를 볼 수 있는 선수들이고 다 수비적으로 잘하는 선수들인데 그래도 제가 그 와중에 유격수를 본다는 게 좀 영광스럽게 생각하고 더 책임감이 많이 들어서 잘해야 될 것 같아요.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm more happy, but I would say that I'm more motivated, and it gives me more responsibility because I have a lot of great teammates that could play shortstop, like Toddy, Manny, Crony, and Jackson Merrill as well. So it puts a lot of weight on my shoulders, and I'm going to take up the responsibility for that, and I'll try my best to put on a good performance at shortstop.
Nice home run right there. Padres now with a 12-3 lead. Hassan, as far as helping Xander Bogaerts, that was one of the funnest moments that I've seen so far in this spring training. As you taking the time to work with Xander to try to teach him some second base, how much have you enjoyed working with him? And it's a side of you we haven't seen before, being the instructor.
이제 그 보가치 선수랑 2루 포지션에 대해서 좀 조언을 하는 모습이 되게 인상적이었는데 보가치 선수랑 2루를 이렇게 연습하고 말하는 것에 대해서 좀 기분이 어떠시고 소감이 어떠신지?
보가츠 선수 자체가 수비 센스가 좋은 선수고, 근데 뭐 커리어 내내 유격수만 봐왔기 때문에 2루를 본다는 게 조금 생소할 수 있고, 그렇기 때문에 좀 저나 뭐 크로네월스한테 좀 많이 물어보고 하는데 그렇게 대단한 선수가 더 잘하기 위해서 또 팀을 위해서 좀 2루수를 보고, 그리고 그런 것들 좀 자기가 좀 어려움이 있다고 생각하는 것들을 물어보고 하는 거에 대해서 정말 대단하다고 생각하고 있어요.
I mean, Xander is obviously a great player, a quality defensive player at shortstop, but he's never played second base. So the fact that he's coming up to me and Crony, asking about the position, a player of that caliber, I think that just increased my respect for him as a player. And Xander is a great defender, so he has a good sense of how to position himself and how to play defense. So I'm not too concerned about him playing second base.
How much are you enjoying walking up Usak Go to American baseball? Have you been able to mentor him a little bit?
이제 고우석 선수도 이제 빅리그의 첫 해인데 좀 조언이나 말씀을 따로 나눈 게 있으신가요?
일단 제가 야수다 보니까 사실 뭐 조언해줄 게 딱히 없는데, 일단 뭐 생활하는 거나 좀 팀에 적응하고 이런 것들을 도와줄 수 있는 건 최대한 도와주려고 노력하고 있고, 뭐 한국에서 엄청 좋은 커리어를 갖고 미국에 왔기 때문에 한국에서만큼 분명히 잘할 거라 생각하고 파드레스가 이기는데 엄청난 도움을 줄 거라고 생각하고 있어요.
Yeah, to be honest, because I'm a fielder and he's a pitcher, we don't really overlap that much in terms of training. But so I'm not really helping him too much on the field. But I'm trying to make him feel as comfortable off the field and get him adjusted to a new environment as soon as possible. And I'm not really too concerned about his performances because he was a very good pitcher in Korea, and I'm sure that he'll bring a lot and contribute to the Padres winning this season. So I just hope that he has a great season.
Speaking of Korean teammates, you're going to get a chance to see a lot of them when we head out of Korea for the opener. How exciting is that for you to get a chance to play down there and play in your old stadium and have a Padres jersey on in front of the Korean fans?
이제 그 한국에 가서 서울 시리즈를 치르게 되는데, 그러면은 한국 팬들한테 파드레스 유니폼 입고 경기를 뛰게 될 수 있는 자리가 있을 텐데 그거에 대해서 얼마나 기대되고 좀 설레는지요?
이제 한국에 들어가서 경기하는 것 자체만으로 너무 영광스럽게 생각하는데, 거기에 또 제가 한국에서 뛰었던 홈팀 야구장에서 또 경기를 하고 또 거기서 이제 메이저리그 유니폼을 입고 지금 이렇게 좋은 팀메이트들과 같이 경기한다는 게 너무 좀 설레고 재밌을 것 같아요.
Yeah, I'm very happy and excited, obviously, to play in my home country. First ever big league game there. But what makes it more special is that I get to play in my former team, which is the Gochuk Stadium. And it's special to wear the Padres jersey, play in my former team stadium in front of the Korean fans. So it's going to be really exciting.
If there's one thing that you want both your teammates and Padre fans that are going to go down there and watch the game to appreciate or see or walk away with from their experience in Korea, what might it be?
좀 이제 파드레스 팀 동료들이나 팬분들이 한국 가서 이제 좀 이거는 좀 잘 봐줬으면 좋겠다, 아니면 좀 인상적인 부분이 얘기하고 싶은 부분이 따로 있나요?
일단 한국도 야구에 좀 열정적인 나라고 좋은 또 팬 문화를 갖고 있기 때문에 그냥 좀 같이 즐겼으면 좋겠어요.
Yeah, I just want to show the Padres fans and my teammates that the Korean fans are very passionate about the game of baseball, and the cheering culture there is pretty different. So I want them to kind of enjoy that new experience and have a great time.
The Korean fans are passionate about baseball. Padre fans are passionate about you. Thank you so much for the time, Ha-Sung. We really appreciate it.
이제 한국 팬들은 야구에 열정적이고 샌디에고 팬들은 김하성 선수에 되게 열정적이니까 되게 시간 내주셔서 감사합니다.
Thank you.
Thanks so much. Appreciate it. David, thanks for the time. We appreciate it. Don Mudd, back up to you.
All right, Scan, thanks very much. Here's a drive to deep right off the bat of Cal Mitchell. Caught out there in right field by Guillen, and no further advance at first base for Merrill. Two-run shot by Luis Campusano. He's given the Padres a 12-3 lead.
Yeah, nice job, Scan. Good interview. The guys just love him. They think he's a righteous dude, and the fans love him. He's fun to be around. He's energetic, right? Good player. So I'm excited to see him back in South Korea in that environment. That's going to be electric. That is going to be fun.
Going to be a lot of responsibility for him, I would imagine, going to Korea to play, and there'll be a lot of demands on his time, to say the least, from a media standpoint, I would think.
Yeah, he's going to be pulled every which way.
But certainly very proud to be having Major League Baseball come to Korea.
You know what I'm looking forward to at the games itself against the KBO teams is the cheering sections.
Yes, it is.
That's going to be fun.
Atmosphere, to say the least.
Yep.
Where did you finish your career?
Taiwan.
Okay.
I went over there for
6
weeks.
That's ball 4, a 4-pitch walk. Oscar Mercado coming up here with 2 away in the inning. And here comes Scott Service. Looks like he's going to make a change. Jovera may have reached his pitch limit here. Looks like he has. He'll hand the baseball off. Got a pitching change from Peoria. Padres have added on, have a 12-3 lead. Back in the desert. That's really the desert, isn't it? Wow. 12-3. The Padres have the lead. We're in the midst of the bottom of the 6th inning. Lots of sunshine here during Cactus League play.
Don't go near them, Cactus.
No.
Are those the jumping choyas?
I don't know. Juan Mercedes into the game here for Seattle.
16 games in the minors last season. High ERA. A lot of strikeouts. Little high maybe on the walks. We've seen some wildness this afternoon from the M's pitchers.
So wait, Cactus jumps at you? Is that what you're saying?
They're called jumping choya.
Yeah.
And if you get close enough to it, it's almost like it senses something and like the needles come out at you.
Oh, no.
And
I wouldn't like that.
Very painful.
How close do you have to get? Do you know?
Like if you rub up against it, kind of.
Oh, okay. So you're not like 5 feet away or anything, and they come flying at you
like a poison dart,
like a magnet. That's what I was thinking of. You don't even know.
Yeah, it's weird. It's I'd have to look it up, but it's like if you rub like really close to it, it just senses it, and like latch onto you. Very, very painful too.
And how do you get it out.
I know they got those barbs. You know, those like when they go in, and then it's kind of like tough to get out because once it goes in your skin, the barbs are faced that way. So if you pull out,
It's like expand. Oh, yeah. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, stay away.
You know, it's funny because there are some around the hotel.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if they're the flying kind, like you're talking. 1-2 pitch, and waving at that is Mercado, striking out. To end the inning, the Padres strand a pair, but have a 12-3 lead. Twelve to 3, Padres have the lead, and a new pitcher into the game. Go for the Padres.
Yeah, one of the pitchers that you got to keep an eye on, the acquisition during the offseason for the Padres. Here are the particulars. 2019, he was named the LG Twins KBO team closer. Recorded 219 saves since that time. Last season, 44 games. He saved 15 games. And on January 3rd, he signed a 2-year contract with the Brown and Gold. He'll be coming out of the bullpen for San Diego. Go. It's go time for the Padres.
I saw his name and I wanted to say woo, but you're saying no, that the W is silent.
Been told that the W is silent. Ooh.
And something's up here. The catcher Campusano was asked by home plate umpire to go out and talk to him, as the interpreter is coming out as well to be part of this conversation.
So
pitch comm problem, he cannot hear.
Yeah. So Go is he's 25. Started professionally in the KBO league at the age of 18 with the LG Twins. But that's going to be the team the Padres are playing against, right? The exhibition games in Korea.
One of the two. One of the two teams.
Right. One of the two teams. Yeah.
So apparently PitchCom is taken care of. You can now hear. Campusano still in this game, doing the catching, working here into the 7th inning. Sharply hit and by the dive of Motorella at first base, quickly into the right field corner. Carmelo thinking 3 now and is headed to third with good speed. Stands at third base to begin things here in the 7th inning.
Oh, he turned on this one, down and in, just dropping the head there in between Martorello and the bag. That's a triple. Stand-up triple. '29th overall, first-round pick for the M's last year.
Breaking ball missing up top for Go, who takes over here in the 7th inning. Scheffler batting for the M's with a runner at third. Nobody out here in the top of the 7th inning. That's Scheffler batting for Blake Hunt, the catcher. Padres have scored each of the last 4 innings. A 3-run third, a 2-run fourth, a 5-run fifth, and then 2 in the 6th inning. And home runs today for Fernando, Song Kim, and Luis Campusano homering in today's game for San Diego. We suck Go, our first look at Go here in a Padres uniform. Two-one pitch. Shot down the third baseline. Foul. Let's check back in with Bob Scanlon.
On the baseball side, but clearly he's trying to help him get acclimated to the American lifestyle and the American style of baseball. Had a great conversation with Wusick the other day, and a couple of things that he noted. Number one, he says he's still getting used to the baseball. It is different here in the United States. And he said specifically with the seams. The seams here in the United States are not as high as the balls that they use in Korea, and they're also a little bit wider. So he's trying to get used to the grip on the ball on his breaking ball. He did say, though, that actually on his fastball, the ball moves more because of the way the American seams are. So I thought that was kind of interesting. We've talked about guys trying to make the adjustment to the American baseball. But the other thing is, it's a different spring training for him. In Korea, it's much longer. So the Padres coming into camp, guys, understood, look, he's not going to be on a fast track. We don't want to try to push him too fast for 2 reasons. Number one, because he's used to a longer spring training, as I just mentioned. But the other thing is, he was in the World Series with his Korean team last year. He was pitching all the way through November. So they wanted to make sure that he got a little bit of a rest before trying to push him. And really, his last bullpen, his last outing, he has been extremely sharp. He's come a long way in the last couple of weeks. And it's fun to see his development. And you got to keep in mind all these changes that he's going through.
Scan, what about the size of the ball? Is there any difference there?
He made no comment about the size. No, it was, and he didn't make any comment about the slickness of the leather either. It was all about the seams. And as a pitcher, Mud, right? I mean, that's what we're paying attention to mostly.
Yes.
So no, it wasn't about the size of that of the baseball, Don. It was strictly the seams, how to get a grip on it with the breaking pitch, and to measure the new movement that he has on his fastball because of those different seams.
Boy, I tell you what, if a pitcher, if the pitching, what's the word I'm looking for? Specifications of baseball have a little bit more stickiness on the leather and raise the seams just a little bit. Oh, Scan! I tell you what, that would do wonders for a lot of guys.
You gonna make a comeback, Mud?
I don't want to go that far, but
maybe he'll listen to his catcher next time.
Well, you know, when you're shaking off Benito Santiago, that's not going to go too well for you.
He shook off everybody. It wasn't just Benito.
Yeah, I remember the time when I was a rookie and I'm facing Barry Bonds. Damon Berryhill is behind the plate. We knew a little bit more about baseball and facing Barry Bonds than I did. I got 2 strikes on him, and he puts down fastball inside. I shake him off.
Oh.
He puts down fastball inside again.
Yeah.
Again, I shake him off. He puts it down a 3rd time with a little bit of conviction, like, listen to me. And I shake him off again. So he finally puts down slider, and you can tell he's completely disgusted. And sure enough, I throw a slider that ends up over the wall.
Oh. That's right out of Bull Durham.
Yeah. So anyway, I come in after the dugout afterwards, and he says, I said, what, you know, you didn't want the slider? He goes, no, of course I didn't want the slider. Everybody knows that Barry's looking off speed with 2 strikes, and we got to go with the fastball. I said, well, you could have told me that before the game. He says, I tried to tell you 3 times in the game, and you didn't listen to me. So,
right. This is your problem.
Yeah. We're thinking way too much.
Way too much.
I mean, nowadays, especially with all the scouting reports they have.
Yes.
We had scouting reports and stuff, but I mean, it's pitch by pitch, count by count, and it's like, wow, it takes all the guesswork out. And if that was the case back then, I would have never shaken off.
Well, you know, it's interesting you talking about the scouting reports and all that. Another interesting thing that Wusick said about playing here in the United States is I asked him about the technology, and he said, you know, I was with a team in Korea that was known for being at the cutting edge of all the technology and everything. He says, over here, it blows away anything that they have down there. So he's getting a whole education on that side of it as well in terms of the scouting reports, all the analytics on the pitch rotations and how the ball is moving and all the different angles and whatnot. He really seems to be enjoying it, so that's going to be a fun thing to watch with his development as well.
You said earlier that his ball is moving more here. I imagine he's finding it maybe harder to throw it for strikes than perhaps.
That may be the case because you need to start it in a different spot, right? You're used to the ball breaking maybe 2 or 3 inches, and all of a sudden it's breaking 5 to 6. So yeah, he's got to sort of recalibrate where he's going to be starting some of his pitches. And again, the first 2 live BPs, you could tell he wasn't 100% comfortable, but then he had a long bullpen with Ruben Niebla. They worked on a couple of things with his mechanics, and I think he's just starting to find his rhythm a little bit. And just the quality of the stuff was much better in his last outing. We'll see if it continues to go in that direction.
He's up an RBI single here, and the Mariners get their 4th run of this game. It's now 12-4. Tyler Locklear now batting for the M's. And runners at first and second. Well, that is different. I mean, a shorter spring training here for a guy who's used to a longer spring training in general. Is going to be tough.
It could be a big difference.
Yep.
Huge difference. Especially the those years, so many years. Talked about it since 2017.
And the Padres, of course, going to Korea, and we leave March 13th.
March 13th.
So that cuts really the month of March in half from what you're used to in spring training time and training. Sung Kim has waited around here to watch Go pitch, instead of heading to the clubhouse after his day is over.
Well, we know these days you can never have too many arms, and bullpen arms in particular. Talk about starting pitching throughout baseball. Yeah, 6. If you go 7 these days, it seems like that's gravy, right? That's awesome.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yep.
So you gear for 6 innings, and then it's that back end, depending on the lead you have and matchups, for 7, 8, 9.
Did he go? They checked. No, he did not. You know, really, teams now, the way bullpens are built, you've got a 7th inning guy, an 8th inning guy, and a 9th inning guy. Used to be you had a closer and maybe a setup guy, but now it's so individualized.
As a starter, go as long as you can for as hard as you can, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you have the lead, hey, why not send him out there for another inning? Now it's like 100 pitches, 110 pitches, depending on the individual.
Two balls, 2 strikes here to Locklear. Nobody out in the inning. Runners at first and second. A run in for the Mariners. And ball 3. Strike 3 call, froze him. It's him looking, the first out as Go gets his first K.
It's not so much the velocity, it's the location right at the knees. 93 fastball right at the knees. Firm. Great location.
First and second for Seattle, 1 away, and that brings up Polanco. Actually, it's going to be Arroyo batting in Polanco's spot. Took over for him at second base. Polanco had been 0 for 2 with a walk. Bluffs off the backside, spiraling, no throw. First disengagement.
Guy. Guy.
And some communication problems here with PitchCom, it appears, and they'll restart the clock again. They charge him with a disengagement, so 2. Ball 1.
You know, I think it's subjective to every player, but as we mentioned, you know, Go has been over there in Korea since 2017. Now you come over to the United States major. There's going to be a little added pressure, I would think, right?
In the air to right field. Murphy moving over will make the catch. Tagging at second base and heading to third is Scheffler. He will get there. So 2 down. Well, very interesting bullpen setup for the Padres. It appears to be very strong. We'll take a look at the last season's stats. notables in the pen for the Padres.
Well, the one thing that sticks out for me, hopefully, you know, teams that send out a lot of relievers, you lead the league in innings pitched. That's not a good thing because that means you're going to your bullpen early. Hopefully that does not happen this year. So look at Steven Wilson has established himself as like maybe a 7th inning guy. What is good about stuff like this, you know, remains to be seen if Suarez is in fact going to be the closer. We'll have to wait and see on that. It might be matchups depending on who's going to be closing. But the fewer the innings for the bullpen and having your slots as far as, you know, which inning you're going to go. But still you have to be flexible to where if Mike Schilt feels like, hey, rather than you being in the 8th today, there might be a certain part of the lineup that's coming up hot in like the 3, 4, 5 hitters or 2, 3, 4, and to where you might have to go in that inning before to shut it down. So flexibility is a big key when you talk about guys out of the bullpen and their positioning. Scan, what do you think about the bullpen situation? I know there's 2 outs, 2 strikes here. How about your thoughts on the bullpen situation? Big right-hander.
I think this is going to be one of the strengths of the ball club this year, guys. I mean, obviously, the first question was, okay, you don't have Josh Hader anymore, but when you look at the depth and Robert Suarez being there, you've got Matsui that has experience, you have Go that has experience, you've got 3 guys now that have experience at major league levels of getting that job done. And I think Mike Schilt, not only is that going to help him in terms of being able to do different matchups, but over the course of the season, he's going to have more opportunities to use different guys. So I think it's going to be a strength, guys. That's my opinion.
We will find out. That's out number 3. It's 12-4. Padres on top. 7th inning stretch from Peoria. All right, bud, this is going to get confusing, so pay attention.
Okay.
We're not playing a doubleheader on March 17th, but we are playing on 2 different days in Korea, but it's going to be the same day here. So these are your times for everybody watching games in the United States. We got a game at 1 o'clock March 12th against the Diamondbacks. That is here. And then we're going to Korea. And that'll be at 3 a.m. on March 17th against Team Korea. Then the LG Twin it's gone. So you will have to go to your local listings and figure it out for yourself. Well, now it's in the ISO monitor, which is not anywhere near me, of course. So 2 games on March 17th, 3 a.m., 8 p.m., same day. Then the Padres will take on the Dodgers in regular season games, which will be 2 a.m.
So go over what we're doing on the 17th again.
The 17th, we're playing 2 games in the United States time.
Right.
On the same day.
Right. 3 a.m.
But in reality, we're playing the 17th and the 18th in Korea.
Right.
It's just the time difference, as you said, is 16 hours.
16 hours.
So we're going to be playing 2 games on one day here.
So set your alarm for like 2:30 in the morning.
Right.
Watch the game at 3.
Well, you will have missed half of the pregame show.
Oh, it's an hour?
Opening day.
Okay, well then set it for 1.
You don't want to do that. You want to see the whole pregame.
Just stay up all night. It's St. Patrick's Day. Why not? Just, get some green beer, and enjoy a ball game. 2 of them.
Motorella coming up with 1 out here in the 7th inning. So just leave.
What's that?
Just leave closing time and then head home.
Yeah.
Ground ball up the middle. It'll find its way through. Motorella is aboard with 1 away here in the 7th inning.
We've seen some grounders this afternoon find the hole, particularly for the Padres. And once again, it's not stopping here. Oh, just out of the reach.
Is it true the infields are hard in Arizona?
Yeah, you know what? That's a good point. You know, they water them down a lot, but in a case like today, it's partly cloudy, but the sun has been out majority of the time. It'll get hard out there in front of a home plate in the infield with the dirt. It will, and that ball will scoot through. You bet, because it's, you know, there's a lot of clay in there in that mixture, so it's almost like a kiln, like baking a pot. Fawn Leibowitz, yep. She was going to make me a pot. You know what a kiln is, right?
Yeah. I remember when I was in like elementary school, you'd make those.
Yeah.
They'd send it to the
clay.
Yeah.
They put it in the kiln.
Right. And then like a week later, you get it back and give it to your parents as a gift.
Mm-hmm.
0-2 pitch.
Don's pottery.
2 down here in the 7th.
Makes a great gift.
It does.
Oh.
How many of the giveaways did you hand out during the offseason? I know you always say that it makes a great gift, the giveaways that
I did.
Padres have. And a lot of people get giveaways.
Gave away some bobbleheads.
I did too.
My mom requested a whole box full.
Yep. Oh, really?
So I sent a whole box.
Went to Joliet.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Whole box.
Now, did you take each one out and sign it before you sent it, or no?
I don't think I did.
Oh, see, I did.
Did you?
Yeah.
Good for you.
I was going to drive to Alpine to get you to sign them.
Oh, you should have.
I
Should have
thought
made a day
about
out of it.
Alpine's too far. So
I would have paid for your gas.
I was thinking about a flight. Is taking second base.
A flight into Alpine?
Yes, they do have an airport, right?
It's an airstrip.
Okay. Well.
You got to clear the goats and the horses out of the way. You got incoming.
But then I didn't know if you'd sign, because sometimes you get weird about stuff like that.
Oh, come on.
You don't like signing. All of a sudden you go through those periods where I'm not signing anything.
No, I never do that.
Yeah.
Nope. I'll sign for anybody.
Am I going to get any money?
Oh,
grounded foul.
Oh, come on. Okay.
Just because I'm not a Hall of Famer.
Okay.
Hall of Famers, they all get paid to sign. I don't get paid to sign.
Don't listen to this.
It's terrible. It's awful. Terrible. People only knew.
Oh.
The real Mark Grant.
Oh, yeah. You should have called me. Could have made an afternoon out of it.
Yeah. Swing and a miss, and they're going to have to throw him out as we go away briefly from the catcher Scheffler, and they do. And that will end the inning, sends us to the 8th. You may not get your stuff signed by Mark Grant. You don't know. 12-4, the Padres have the lead over the Mariners as we head to the top of the 8th inning. Watch MLB.tv and stream 250-plus spring training games and every out-of-market game live or on demand. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details. So that is a day for Ha-Seong Kim, headed to the clubhouse as he hung around to watch a go pitch. And he pitched his inning, so that is the day for him. Angel De Los Santos into the game for the Padres.
We saw him the last TV game out there on the hill, and with Cleveland last year, 70 games, no saves. He had 3 opportunities. Nice ERA though. Strikeouts are up there. He's got a live arm. Big kid from the right side. Getting another inning right here.
Isaiah Guillen now batting, leading it off here for the Mariners. Leading it off in the top of the 8th with the Padres on top 12-4. In there for a strike, 2-1. So Go was charged with a couple of hits, a walk and a run. Tired the last 3 Mariners he faced to end the 7th inning. Mariners got a run back. Going by him, 2-2. Record of 5-2 out of the pen last year for Cleveland. The 70 appearances Mud mentioned for De Los Santos. Originally signed by these Mariners as an international free agent back in July of 2014. Pitched for Cleveland in the postseason in 2022. And walks. Leadoff hitter here in the 8th. This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the San Diego Padres. May not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Diego Padres.
Sweet spot. You would not believe how many people in the offseason, when I go to the store or something or out in the Alpine, is Donnie practicing his snapping during the offseason?
Yes, he is. Just all offseason. Don't want to lose it, you know? I mean,
yeah.
Michael Chavis.
He's been around, huh?
Former Boston Red Sox, Michael Chavis. But yes, he has.
It's flowing.
Good moss.
Yeah.
Struck him out. He was lunging after that pitch down and away. 10 strikeouts today for Padres pitching. First out of the 8th.
Nice breaking ball. Late break, great location. Oh, bottle that right there. That's a nasty pitch.
Here's Nick Solak. With 1 out and 1 on. For De Los Santos' first year in the big leagues came with the Philadelphia Phillies in 2018. That's for the Phillies, the Pirates, Rockies, and the last 2 years for the Guardians.
Well, like any team, Donnie, you know this as well as anybody. There's a lot of turnover. You know, if you start, you know, a big league season with what, 12, 13 guys, whatever the case may be, it's not just going to be those 12, 13 guys. There's going to be a lot of guys in AAA back and forth. And with some big league experience, De Los Santos could be one of those guys.
Popped up mile high around the bag. It's second. Cedeno. Little stagger, but he will make the catch for out number 2. High skies here in Arizona.
Oh, yeah, high skies, sure.
So, two down. You don't agree? It looks pretty high to me.
Yeah, it's the same every year.
But I mean, particularly here, though, I feel like there's high skies,
Yeah.
you know, for the outfielders and infielders. You look up there and the sky is very high. Not a lot of clouds.
Yeah. Beautiful day, though.
Very nice. A little windy, tough on the moss.
Yeah.
We're walking around the backfields like we were this morning.
A little extra glue on the hair hat maybe today, if you're out and about.
I did add a little extra spray to my hair today because I knew it was going to be
A little extra product?
Well, I knew I was going to be walking around a little bit before we did our open and we were on camera at all, so I did extra spray.
Oh, it's a spray. It's not like a...
Oh, no, it's a gel that sprays.
Really?
Yeah. It's very expensive. Good.
Is it very...
You want to touch it? Do you want to touch it?
Is it...
Yeah. It's like a gel.
It's firm, yeah.
That's not firm.
Yeah. Bouncy.
Yeah. But it's not going anywhere either.
A lot of forehead right there.
A lot of face. I lead the league in face. 1-2 pitch. Foul down the left field line into the seats.
Are we going to have Toupee Tuesdays this year?
I hope so.
I was cleaning out my closet this offseason, and there's this plastic bag like tucked in a corner. And I opened it, and I was like, oh my gosh.
There they are.
There they are. The wigs.
Swing and a miss, and striking out is Farmello to end the inning. De Los Santos with a good inning of relief. 12-4. I'm confused, Mud. It's 12-4 Padres over the Mariners. We're in the desert. Why is there water?
Oh, there's a river. Is that the Salt River?
Yes.
Oh, little kayaking, canoeing, whatever it is.
So the no water in the desert thing is bogus? Is that
yeah,
true?
Sure. There's still water flowing.
Okay.
I mean, the Salt River, he'll dry up in certain spots. But I think if you go up closer, up towards the mountains more.
But Sullivan leading it off here for the Padres in the inning. And Scoter back out there for the M's. I noticed the last two in between inning breaks, you've been signing autographs.
Oh, yeah, man of the people.
Feeling guilty, are you? No. Feeling bad? No. All those kids you made cry?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
2-0 pitch. It is popped up foul off to the left out of play. I know you always send them to your Cameo account anytime they ask for an autograph. Oh, hey, to get you. Look above the middle. From short, Young's throw in time for the first out of the eighth.
Nice play. I get choked up talking about it.
Brings up Murphy. Murphy took over in right field. Checking into the game, moving Mercado from right to center. Fernando started in right, hit a home run. Flips it foul off to the left out of play. One-two pitch. Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. First strikeout for Van Scooter. Two down here in the eighth.
Lefty on lefty right here. A little breaking ball perfectly placed by the big left-hander.
There's Cal Mitchell with 2 outs in the inning. Mitchell, a Pirates second-round pick back in 2017. We're talking about him in our first telecast during the spring from Rancho Bernardo High School in San Diego. Graduated in 2017.
He had a home run on that TV game, did he not?
He did. Same high school as former Pirates pitcher Trevor Williams. At 369, 11 home runs, 34 RBIs in 34 games during his senior year at Rancho Bernardo. In the air to left center, and Solak, and look out, coming in from center. Carmelo makes the catch. 12-4 Padres. Well, the Padres with a 12-run outburst today. Fernando Tatis Jr. with a 2-run blast up above the berm area. And a flex. Oh, yeah. He's strong. Ha-Sung Kim with a line drive to left center field of the berm. And Luis Campusano with a home run of his own. One of the 3 home runs today put together by the Padres offense, all part of a 12-4 lead over the Seattle Mariners. As we head to the 9th inning. And Steven Wilson into the game now for the Padres.
Very valuable arm out of the bullpen for the San Diego Padres. Last season, 52 games, a lot of work. ERA just under 4. More strikeouts than innings pitched. He's got a good slider. Fastball right there out of the gate at 93. Mid-90s on that fastball. He said earlier he was working on a split finger this offseason. He said it was working nicely. In fact, in Denver when he got there to work out, because he's from there, and then he came to camp and wasn't doing the same thing. So he kind of 86'd it, he said. So no more split fingers for Steven Wilson.
It's amazing how if something works right out of the gate, you'll go with it. If not, a lot of times you just get rid of it.
Yeah.
So 1 out in the 9th inning.
And also for a pitcher to learn a new or throw a new pitch, it's like you really have to trust it. And I mean, to utilize it in a game, you better make sure that you have the confidence in it and know what you're doing with it. You just don't want to go out there and experiment.
Conviction to throw it.
Yep.
Cole Young batting with 1 out here for Seattle. Get the Wilson falling behind 2-0. And a pop-up foul backhand out of play. And Darvish started this game today for the Padres, 3 1/3. Gave up a couple of runs, but had a 6 strikeout performance today and looked very sharp.
Yeah, he was lights out today. Back-to-back outings in the Cactus League. A lot of punchies.
The 3-1 pitch coming up. In there for strike 3. It was not a 3-1 pitch. It was a 3-2 pitch. And out number 2 of the 9th inning.
Steven Wilson mowing him down, pounding that strike zone. There's the freeze slider right down the middle. Boy, this game's really going to help the Padres in the Cactus League. It'll even their record at 6-6.
They started 0-4, right?
Yeah, trying to win that big screen TV. Cactus League champion. Go home with the big screen. That was one of the jokes back in the day, my first big league camp. Let's go, Kruko. We go, come on, let's go. This is a big game. We want to win that big screen TV. I'm like, what's he talking about? And then somebody would be playing along. Yeah, the winner of the Cactus League, go home with a big screen TV.
Line to the gap in left center field for Locklear, and he's headed to second base with a 2-out double. So 2-away here in the 9th inning. Runner at second. There's Arroyo. Flied out to right field his last time up in the 7th inning. Getting his first look at Steven Wilson. Strike on the outside edge. We're on that clock reset to 18 seconds this year.
You like that?
I love it.
Yeah.
Gotta go. 0-1.
Good pitch. Yeah, those 2 seconds make a difference, man. It gets down to 12-10 much quicker, obviously, but you got to go.
2 seconds faster.
Yeah, how about that?
Wilson down to 3. And he gets it off, but it misses inside. And it's 2-1. Oh, in there for a strike. Kind of delayed call. Nick Lentz, home plate umpire. So the Mariners down to their last strike with 2 down here in the 9th, and a 2-2 pitch coming up. Darvish, Carpenter, Festa, Go, De Los Santos, and now Wilson all used today for the Padres in the spring training game. 3-2 pitch is ball 4, just missed off the outside edge. So after getting 2 outs, a double and now a walk allowed by Wilson. And Montez is going to pinch hit now for the Mariners. Two on, 2 down for the M's. Popped up, foul off to the left, out of play. Brett Sullivan gives it a look, but it's back into the seats in behind the Mariners dugout. Two on, 2 down, top of the 9th inning for Seattle. Padres have banged out 12 runs in this game on 14 hits. All of a sudden, Wilson now up to 18 pitches.
Yeah, a game like this, I mean, you want to get in, get out, 1, 2, 3, pound the zone. Not the case right now. There you go.
2 balls, 2 strikes now to Montez, the pinch hitter. Pitch 20 of the inning coming up for Steven Wilson. And that is strike 3 to end the ball game. Wilson gets him looking, and the Padres win this one convincingly. A 12-4 victory over the Seattle Mariners. A couple of base runners for Steven Wilson in the end, but really a good day for the Padres. A game that Yu Darvish started 3 1/3, ended up with 6 strikeouts in his outing. 3 home runs in the ball game for the Padres in this one. But a victory, 12-4, is our final score today between the San Diego Padres and the Seattle Mariners, as this Cactus League schedule continues for the Padres. Our next broadcast will be Tuesday, March the 12th, when the Padres host the Diamondbacks at 1 p.m. For Mark Grant, Bob Scanlon, and Mariluz Cook, I'm Don Orsillo saying so long from Peoria. Again, the final, the Padres 12, the Mariners 4. Have a good night, everybody.